these 3 to 4 continents, we have these writers coming and participating. It's the first time in Nepal, or first time we are doing it. It's called Himalayan Literature Poetry Film Festival.
र कविता वाचनमा पनि हामीले 3 भागमा विभाजन गरेका छन्, युवा कवि, महिला कवि र पुराना पुस्ताका कवि.
Om Bhurva Svatat Sutravadini Margodi Vasudyo Yona Parchodayat. So I said it in one breath. So breath, mantra is one breath unit. So breath is what connects you to the cosmos.
To understand young person's literary confidence is not a soft investment. It is the foundation of every institute they will go on to build.
These 45 people will be traveling from all over the world to join us in Kathmandu and share their wisdom, share their work, and get inspired by the Nepalese landscape, Nepalese people, the great glory of our cultural heritage. So this festival, I want to make sure that people understand, this is not just a run-of-the-mill festival, it is a festival plus workshop. So it begins with a workshop on May 29th and continues all through, and then on 4th and 5th, all that is written during these workshops is produced and it merges with the festival. So workshops are very private, singular kind of items. So we have these world-renowned faculty to teach this these classes, and people have opted. They have paid to come here. They have taken their flights. They have paid the fees to join this workshop, which is admiring because people are coming and the generosity that we have to share with the world. So we have Tina Chang and we have Tracy K. Smith, who is the 22nd Poet Laureate of the United States, a Pulitzer Award winner, and teaches at Harvard. So she will be teaching our workshops. And then we have Paul Muldoon, a highly respectable, highly popular figure, a legendary Irish-American author. He was Oxford professor, which is very prestigious, of poetry, which is very prestigious, post, much coveted among the writers. And he taught at Princeton for several decades. And he was an editor of the very famous magazine, The New Yorker. And so now we have him here, and his along with that we have Jean Banff, his better half, who is also a famous novelist, and her novel plot was serialized, an HBO kind of serial, and it became very hugely popular with Nicole Kidman and others playing. You can check her out. And then we have Tina Chang, who is the first Poet Laureate of Brooklyn, and she has been teaching in American universities for decades, and a very significant. She did an art anthology of Asian and American poets, a very famous book which went into several editions. And then we have Martin Doyle, who is the editor of the Irish Times. And he's the book editor, so which is a wonderful thing. So because bringing a writer who has this whole feature every Sunday he brings at the Irish Times. So our writers here, those who are participating, so they have a chance now to get their works reviewed or to contribute. And Ireland is like Nepal, a country of poets and poets only. Like Nepal, everybody's a poet, So people ask me, what do you think of Nepal? I said, that's the only country in the world where everybody, businessman, king, politician, beggar, porter, housewife, everyone is a poet in Nepal. So this festival is also an attempt to celebrate the great heritage of Nepalese writing, especially poetry. And because we will have then other Tony Barnstone, who is a great critic teaches at Whittier College in California, and one of the American president got his degree there. Nixon, I think, got his degree from Whittier. So the Whittier was a very famous poet himself, So Whittier College is named after him. So if you go to California, you see all these posters of this poet in that campus. So it's a campus focused primarily for poetry and writing and creative work. And Tony Barnstone is a great writer. He has published, he's done translations. He has published over a dozen books, and hugely popular figure in American culture. I was in LA Times Festival of Books, and there we hung out and we did a panel together. And in addition to this, we will have more writers who will be there. And so we have like 40 writers who are coming from America, from Australia, from UK, from Philippines, and from Portugal. So all these from all these 3 to 4 continents, we have these writers coming and participating. So I want to make it clear that in Nepal it's like a guru thing. Once you become a writer, you become a poet, you are a guru. You don't accept anyone except yourself. You are the big guy. You are the Swambhu. But not so in America. America is in Europe. Even an older person, I would go to somebody's class and study. And there's no ego. I mean, they call it master class. Like Tracy K. Smith will be teaching a master class. Master class is someone who is expert in his area and you share a thing with him, and he comes and shares his experience, or she comes and shares her experiences with you. So you kind of honor the vocation, you honor the art that someone has mastered. So without any ego. So these the students, so-called, that you call them, who are paid to come to this workshop, actually are very older people, and they are very well-established writers themselves, most of them. And so this is the part that I want to explain. So we have from 29th to 3rd, we have the workshop. So we'll be doing workshops in the morning from 9 to 1. Then we're going out taking all these 45 writers after the workshops to these places like to Changunanaran, to Bodh, to Kathmandu, to the streets of Kathmandu, so they get inspired and write, these students. So I'll be teaching one class which is ecstasy and healing in New World Order and creative writing. And so Tina is teaching poetry and consciousness. And so they're different workshops. Some of them are virtual as well. Some of the people who couldn't come and couldn't make it. In these times when the war is raging, every day I get these, these poets who are coming, 45 poets. Their schedule is being reshuffled, because of Dubai and Doha airports were closed. So every morning, the whole itinerary is being reshuffled. But I'm so delighted and so proud that in spite of all this trouble, these people are traveling. These 45 people will be traveling from all over the world to join us in Kathmandu and share their wisdom, share their work, and get inspired by the Nepalese landscape, Nepalese people, the great glory of our cultural heritage. Who will be, and then they'll go back with the stories, with the images, with so the different workshops will kind of make them write, and whatever they write will be published in a special issue of Pratik. And now the second part is this 4th and 5th, which is very crucial, because Nepalese writers and audiences merge into these workshops. So first, only limited people, like 40, 45 people, and now people have been writing to me and say, want to join the workshop. I mean, it's very expensive, it's like people pay $2,800 to be part of that workshop. For Nepalese, it's like 50,000 rupees. But we don't have space now, we sold out, because people have bought. So we can have more than 25 or 30 people. Yeah. We already have 40 in a class. So we can make it more than. So if I apologize to all those who want to join, but there is an opportunity now. This is like 40 people together. They'll be these faculty people will be teaching them. They'll be taking them out to these locations. The main Tracy K. Smith's workshop is in Nagarkot in a resort. So she'll be teaching in the very pristine environment and giving us. But these poets later on 4th and 5th will be joining us, and we have several panels, several poetry readings, several programs, and so this will help us gain the wisdom and also an exchange between these writers. So we have panels, We have poetry events in local languages, Newari, in indigenous languages of Nepal, Tarai, in Tharu, Rajvanshi, Mithili, all these different languages, Bhojpuri, and our friends are here, and Newari, we have about 25 Newari poets. Then thanks to our prodigy group, they have brought these very younger generation. They have pumped this fresh blood into this festival, and I'm grateful to them. I think they deserve a round of applause. They're here, and thanks to prodigy people. And so we will be doing this festival for 2 days. So there are people flying from like Himalayan time, Hindustan Times, book editor is coming, Manjula Narayan. And then we have several scholars who are flying in from UK or USA, and they will be teaching. This guy, one of the guys, Indrajit Mani, he was with the Google, as CEO of Google for some time. And so these are Microsoft. So these guys, people are flying on 3rd and 4th, 5th, they stay. So this will be, and you can ask, we are going to announce the program tonight. And also it's so much intense work going on, so we have not been able to really find our leadership. Every time there are new things coming up and new writers trying to get in. And we have, total, I think there will be over 75 Nepalese writers who will be participating in these festivals, and 40 of our international participants. And the second part that I want to focus is first time in Nepal, or first time we are doing it, is called the Himalayan Literature Poetry Film Festival. So we have collaborated with several people, including Cervantes Center, with Austrian Culture Forum, Austrian Embassy, Portuguese Embassy. We have also collaborated with these other cultural places, who like Polish Center in New Delhi. The director of Polish Center will be coming here. And they will be, she'll be there. They are screening 2 films. So, and then we have short film. People have submitted. People they have submissions with a little prize. So several of scores of films have come, and we have picked up 4 or 5. And today we will be screening some of the trailers of 3 movies. And one of the movies that we have accepted is based on my poem on earthquakes in Nepal from the quaking cantos. So we'll be showing that as well. And I think before I say more, I would like to hand over this to my to Sridhar Mandari, who is the director of this Himalayan Literature Festival Writers Workshop, and also she will shed more light in Nepali. Also, we see some Nepalese newspaper editors who would like to be a little more clear in Nepali what is being talked about and what is being done. And Sridhar has been a great help, and she helped host 24. Her bookstore has been instrumental for over 2 decades to preserve. We have been having regular readings every Friday for 2 decades, the longest running poetry readings in her bookstore. And I want to personally thank her and hand over the mic to her.
हाम्रो यो कार्यक्रमको बारेमा डिटेलमा यहाँहरू समक्ष राख्न चाहन्छु। र यो हिमालयन लिटरेचर फेस्टिभल र राइटर वर्कसप दुईटा भिन्न प्रोग्राम हो कि अथवा हामीले राइटर्स वर्कसपमा मात्रै भाग लिन पाउँछौँ कि पाउँदैनौँ, दुईटामै लिन पर्ने हो कि हिमालयन लिटरेचर फेस्टिभलमा मात्रै लिन पाउँछन् कि पाउँदैनन् भन्ने यस्ता दुविधाहरू हामीले सहभागीहरूमा पायौँ। र यो जुन जेठ 15 गतेदेखि जेठ 22 गतेसम्म हुन गइरहेको 8 दिने जुन फेस्टिभल छ, यसलाई हामीले 2 चरणमा विभाजन गरेका छौँ। पहिलो चरणमा छ राइटर्स वर्कसप अर्थात् लेखकहरूको कार्यशाला। यो चाहिँ जेठ 15 गतेदेखि जेठ 20 गतेसम्म रहनेछ। र यो कार्यशालामा कस्तो कुराको अभ्यास गरिन्छ भन्दाखेरि यो प्राप्त फ्याकल्टी मेम्बरहरू जस्तै जेसिका स्मिथ, पल मन्डुल, टोनी बान्स्टोन, टिना च्याङ, युत्सुजी हुनुहुन्छ। उहाँहरूले यो जति पनि लेखन कार्यमा लेख्न अघि बढिरहनु भएका लेखकहरू हुनुहुन्छ अथवा आफ्नो लेखन कार्य लेख्दै बिचमै अड्केर बसिरहनु भएका हुनुहुन्छ, त्यस्ता व्यक्तिहरूको लेखन कार्य सुलभ र सरल तरिकाले अगाडि कसरी बढाउने त, उहाँहरूको त्यो कृतिमा कुन पात्र कहाँनिर गएर अड्किएको छ त्यो अब्स्ट्याकललाई कसरी हटाउने भन्ने जस्ता कुराहरू यी हाम्रा ख्यातिप्राप्त फ्याकल्टी मेम्बरहरूले कार्यशालामा सिकाउनु हुनेछ र यसमा पनि विधागत छ। अब जस्तो स्मिथ युयुत्सु शर्मा कविता विधामा हुनुहुन्छ भने उहाँले कविता विधाको बारेमा सिकाउनुहुन्छ। रविशङ्कर उहाँ चाहिँ नि मेमोयर र हाइक्यूको हुनुहुन्छ, उहाँले हाइक्यू र मेमोयरको बारेमा सिकाउनुहुन्छ। त्यस्तै गरी टोनी बार्नस्टोन आर्ट एन्ड फ्ल्यास फिक्सन भन्ने छ, उहाँले त्यसको बारेमा सिकाउनुहुन्छ। र यो कार्यशाला हामीले केवल यस मल्ल होटेलमा मात्रै सीमित राखेका छैनौँ। यसलाई हामीले नेपाली परिवेश, समाज र हाम्रो प्राकृतिक सौन्दर्यसँग उहाँहरू साक्षात्कार परिचय हुन गराउनको लागि विभिन्न मन्दिर, गुम्बा र यो पर्यटकीय स्थलहरू, हाम्रो ऐतिहासिक पर्यटकीय स्थलहरूको भ्रमण पनि गराउनेछौँ र त्यहाँ गएर पनि हामीले यो पार्टिसिपेन्टहरूलाई कार्यशालामा सहयोग गराउनेछौँ। र त्यस्तै गरी दोस्रो खण्ड भन्नाले यो जेठ 21 र 22 गते 2 दिनको रहनेछ। यो 2 दिनको हाम्रो हिमालयन लिटरेचर फेस्टिभल रहनेछ र यो 2 दिनमा के कार्यक्रम हुन्छन् भन्दाखेरि हाम्रो पुस्तक विमोचन, कविता वाचन, कविता र चलचित्र उत्सव र त्यस्तै गरी सांस्कृतिक कार्यक्रमहरू पनि रहनेछ। र कविता वाचनमा पनि हामीले 3 भागमा विभाजन गरेका छन्। युवा कवि, महिला कवि र पुराना पुस्ताका कवि। पुराना पुस्ताका कविमा हाम्रो शैलेन्द्र साकार, द्वारिका श्रेष्ठ, हरि अधिकारी जस्ता साहित्यकारहरू पर्नुहुन्छ भने नयाँ पुस्तामा अभय श्रेष्ठ, ठाकुर बेलवासी जस्ता साहित्यकार छन्। त्यस्तै महिलामा हाम्रो राधिका कल्पित, अनि यो के अरे म पनि छु एउटा उषा सेचन, अनि राम के अरे रमिला उहाँहरू हुनुहुन्छ। अनि यसदेखि बाहेक पुस्तक विमोचनमा पनि हाम्रो स्वदेशी लेखक र अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय लेखकका किताबहरूको पनि विमोचन गरिने कार्यक्रम छ। र यसपछि पहिलोचोटि नेपालमा पोएट्री फिल्म फेस्टिभल सञ्चालन हुन गइरहेको छ। र यो पोएट्री फिल्म फेस्टिभल गर्नुको मुख्य उद्देश्य के हो त? यसले नेपाली समाजमा कसरी सहयोग पुर्याउँछ भन्दाखेरि एउटा कवितालाई, भाषालाई दृश्यको रूपमा उतार्ने र अर्को लयलाई सङ्गीतमा उतार्ने र अर्को स्मृति सम्झनालाई दृश्यात्मक आख्यानको रूपमा उतार्ने हामीले कोसिस गरेका छौँ। यस चलचित्र महोत्सवमा हामीले विशेष गरी यसको आधार के हो भन्दा साहित्यलाई लिएका छौँ र यो कुनै पनि प्रख्यात साहित्यकारहरूको जीवनीमाथिको डकुमेन्ट्री भनौँ या बायोपिक, त्यसलाई हामीले समावेश गरेका छौँ। त्यस्तै गरी कुनै प्रख्यात उपन्यास कथा छ भने त्यसमाथि बनेको फिल्म, यसलाई हामीले समावेश गरिएका छौँ। र यसमा हाम्रो यो पोर्चुगल, पोल्यान्ड, आयरल्यान्ड, अस्ट्रिया, इन्डिया जस्ता देशहरूको फिल्महरूलाई हामीले छनौट गरिसकेका छौँ। र अर्को कुरा भन्नुपर्दाखेरि यो हिमालयन लिटरेचर फेस्टिभलको स्थापना कसरी भयो त भन्दा यो हिमालयन लिटरेचर फेस्टिभल चाहिँ 2024 नेपाली 2081 सालमा स्थापना भएको हो। यसको पहल चाहिँ नि व्हाइट लोटस बुक सप र कवि युयुत्सु शर्माको पहलबाट भएको हो। र यसमा हामीले विभिन्न प्रसिद्ध अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय साहित्यिक संस्थाहरूसँग पनि आबद्ध रहेको छौँ। जस्तै न्युयोर्क राइटर्स वर्कसप, एसियन अमेरिकन राइटर्स वर्कसप, अस्ट्रिया एसियन फेलोसिप राइटर्स वर्कसप एन्ड ट्रान्सलेटरसँग पनि हामी आबद्ध रहेका छौँ। र भविष्यमा अझ योभन्दा बढी हामी प्रगति गर्दै जानेछौँ र नेपाली साहित्यलाई अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय मञ्चमा लैजाने हाम्रो प्रयास हो। यो बहुभाषिक, बहुसांस्कृतिक आदान प्रदानलाई यसलाई अझ सुदृढ पार्छ भन्ने हाम्रो विश्वास छ।
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm pretty sure that you guys have a lot of questions, but it's in the question and answer session. We've kept it at the end because we have got few more information that we want to give out to every one of you before we move on to our question and answer session. So, first, I think a gathering of this consequence does not emerge from idealism alone. It requires institutions, organizations that have made the deliberate judgment that literature is not a peripheral cultural activity but a central civilizational one, and that investing in it is investing in a society's capacity for empathy, precision, and self-understanding. I am very honored on behalf of HLFWWK 2026 to acknowledge the following partners and supporters of the Himalayan Literature Festival and Writers Workshop 2026: the Austrian Embassy, New Delhi, Portuguese Cultural Center, Kathmandu Center, and Spanish Embassy, Polish Institute in
we already have an award for the younger students, so we the runner-up we announced today. So a couple of days we'll be announcing the final winner. So these guys get opportunity to hang out with these famous writers. And also we are sending these writers every day in 8 days to all these colleges and campuses. Like they go to MIT, they go to Kathmandu, college, the British College, or they go to Aram, or they go to Himalayan White House. And so we send them to these campuses, 2 or 3 writers every morning, and they interact with these people, and then they come back. So they drop us back at this hotel. So with the people, last year we did this, and it worked very well. So we want them to, like, it's hard for these people to go to Harvard or Cambridge, or to Princeton. So they are coming here. So why don't we let these our students interact with them and learn them and ask them all the questions that they have over these years. So it's a golden opportunity. So instead of we going over to Oxford or or Australian university, they are here. So why not? So that we are doing that kind of stuff. Hope that answers the question. Well, this first one was in collaboration with the New York Writers Workshop, but we were the main stakeholders, so it was the first one we did. And now we actually wanted to do it before the pandemic, 2019, but then the pandemic came, so we had to delay it. And so I have been planning this for many years. And so that's how it. So we did it the last year. Now it will be done every year. So we had a gap of 1 year because I was trying to prepare and travel, go all these places, and also working on the logistics. And thanks to support, immense support that we're getting now from all Nepalese partners and colleges, universities. NSL is here, and eSeva is here. So we are we are grateful to all these people who are. All these organizations, corporate people who are ready to help us and help us preserve the cultural heritage of this beautiful country.
यो मुलुकहरूको नाम त भन्नुभयो, तर कति सहभागी हुन्छन् एउटा, अनि काठमाडौँ या नेपालबाट सहभागी हुन्छु भन्नेहरूले चाहिँ कसरी सहभागिता जनाउन सक्छ?
कसरी सहभागिता? नेपालबाट भन्नुभएको यहाँले
जस्तो प्यानलिस्टको मात्र होइन, सर्वसाधारण या योसँगै इन्ट्रेस्टेड भएका मान्छेहरू हुन्छन् नि, उनीहरूले कसरी सहभागिता जनाउन सक्छन्?
यहाँहरूले सहभागिता गर्नको लागि पहिला तपाईँ फेस्टिभलमा मात्रै भाग लिने कि अथवा वर्कसपमा 8 डेजको प्रोग्राम हो कि 2 डेजको प्रोग्राम हो, यो तपाईँहरूले डिसाइड गर्नु पर्यो। र अब 8 डेजको लागि प्याकेज हो भने हामीसँग यो एउटा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय स्तरका विश्व प्रसिद्ध राइटरहरू आउनुभएको छ। त्यो वर्कसपमा हामी धेरै चाहिँ क्राउडेड गर्न चाहँदैनौँ। र फेस्टिभलको लागि भन्ने हो भने 2 डेजको लागि हजुरहरूले अनलाइन रेजिस्ट्रेसन गर्नुपर्छ, जुन चाहिँ हाम्रो वेबसाइटमा गएर यहाँले चेक गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ। त्यसको अब प्राइसहरू मूल्यहरू सबै हामीले त्यहाँ नै तोकेका छौँ होइन, त्यही हेर्नु। अनि अब तपाईँले त्यो वर्कसपमा हाम्रो फेस्टिभलमै भाग नलिएर के भने एज अ भिजिटरको रूपमा हेर्नुहुन्छ भने इन्ट्रान्स फी चाहिँ 500 हो। त्यसमा पनि अब स्टुडेन्टहरूले स्पेसल डिस्काउन्ट हामीले राखेका छौँ।
Yeah, so it's 500 for visitors for दुई दिनको लागि मात्र हिमालयन फेस्टिभल, अनि 100 रुपैयाँ for students, and for पत्रकार जर्नलिस्टहरूले फ्री छ। So you just have to sign up, and so you go on eSeva, and you will get a link on our website. So those who want to, for 2 days, you can come and visit for 2 days, 500 rupees. But to get into workshop, you have to kind of let us know in advance. So there are because it's very costly to get these writers here, and also we don't want more than required, as Srinanji said, that workshop is a very private kind of thing. So you teach them art of writing. and you can have a crowd there. But we are sending our writers out to these colleges and university campuses, so they get ample exposure to the Nepalese world. Thank you.
हाम्रो यो 2 दिने जुन हिमालय लिटरेचर फेस्टिभल छ यो चाहिँ नि हाम्रो महान साहित्यकार आख्यानकार गुरुप्रसाद मैनालीप्रति समर्पित गरेका छौँ। अब उहाँको नासो कविता परालको आगो त सबैले पढेकै हुनुहोला। उहाँ यस्तो खालको साहित्यकार हुनुहुन्छ, त्यो बेलाको समाज परिवेश त्यहाँका वेशभूषा जनजातिहरूलाई सजीव रूपले उहाँले आफ्नो कृतिमा उतार्नु भएको छ र त्यसैले पनि हामीले उहाँलाई उहाँको योगदान उहाँको कृतिको बारेमा प्यानल डिस्कसनमा राखेका छौँ। Thank you.
Yeah, so last year we had Gopal Sadrimal, so we dedicated the entire festival to him. But this time, so every year we will have one senior Nepalese writer to whom we will dedicate this festival. So keep the flame of their writing alive. So we will translate their books and publish them. I translated Gopal Sadrimal's book is being published, found published in the United States and also local in New Delhi. So and similarly we will translate stories of Guru Prasad Mainali and we will publish them. Thank you.
Now situation is very different. Generation also different. In this time, how this festival, how attraction to the new generation. One point. And other point, after this workshop, what is the expectation after this finish this workshop? This is the question. Only two. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna. I mean, the people like writing is very professional. Like you're writing a novel or writing a memoir, so you're stuck there. Or like these writers who are coming, like writing a book of poems, and you don't think it's good enough, or you want to have a second opinion. So these writers, you can join these workshops and show them their work, and they will kind of look at their work, and they will. Like I'll teach. We have a subject is shamanism, ecstasy and healing. So my subject is how writing is closer to healing. Like shamans, the tantrics, or the healers, how they work, and how writer is close to those healers. Like shaman plays the drum, and he dramatizes the inner mind of the patient with his props. Right? To sacrifice a rooster, to drum, and go out. The patients, those who believe in them, they understand that the whole drama, that he's going to do it. He's going to throw the evil spirit out of my mind, out of my body. But similarly, they inner turmoil, they describe their drama. So they are both are similar in their creative process. And healing, the poems like writing heals. Like I would say mantra, Om Bhurva Svatat Srivarini Margodi Vasudiyo Yona Parchodayat. So I said it in one breath. So breath, mantra is one breath unit. So breath is what connects you to the cosmos. Do you see? So the connection between yoga, between shamanism, and breaths. So writing, like some mantras, they heal. Poetry heals. You see, like Lord Hanumana has a pain, and somebody comes to him and says, "Why are you suffering?" He says, "Read Ram." He says, "Ram, Ram, Ram." He says so many times that he feels better. The power that the words have, the power that mantras have, the writing has. That somebody reads a novel, it's psychotherapy. So instead of, D.H. Lawrence said, "I shed my blood in my books." So it's a kind of, it's a healing. You read instead of, there's a lot of modernization, industrialization, there's a lot of, psychological disorder, a lot of diseases coming up, a lot of mind-related diseases. The science cures only the physical, and they will test your body. But poetry, art, writing, shamanism, healing, yoga, it treats the mind-related illnesses, which is increasing in Nepal now. So our theme is that this time.
So this poetry is moving up very quickly. What is their new segment in this festival? From other foreign country, foreign poetry, poet. I think I say you. What is the new segment from foreign country in this workshop?
All right, new segment. Yeah, segment. I mean, we're having all these film festivals and also having this kind of workshop is new to Nepal. We have not done, but even most of the festivals in India, they do just the festivals. So we are focusing on the workshop first, and then going on to the festival. So conclusion, whatever is produced, like I give a prompt. My prompt, just my workshop prompt ke samane, avela tabale first image, pratham image, tabale janmane bitike. After your birth, what do you remember? Janmiti prana samjana. Try to go back into your past, childhood ma. Tabale pratham bimb kun thiyo samjeko. Yo esmati kavita lekhnu athwa katha lekhnu. So this is a kind of prompt we gave in the workshop. Mero prompt ke huncha write the first image that comes to your mind. Hare ko huncha apno sano le biralo dodi raheko atha mathi bhanyang bada khaseko atha ke huncha. So write or darkness ma आमा कराइरहेको अथवा के राइट अबाउट अब त्यो एउटा कविताको एउटा वर्कसपमा सुरु हुन्छ त्यो and I give them like 10 minutes and like last time we did that and beautiful production in the Daragaon we did this workshop and like we got beautiful poems of that. First natal impression. What was your first impression when you were born that you remember? Everybody remembers that how long, like even 3-year-old or 4-year-old or you know. So I have all these writers will give you prompts to the participants, and these participants are no ordinary people. They are very well-known writers themselves, but then other writers can join. So this is a very interesting game, and it helps. Like you're writing a novel, beginning is very important. The literary agents read just first chapter; they don't read more, and they reject it or they accept it. So how to open your novel? How to write the first chapter? Are you stuck in the climax or stuck in the ending? You know, so these writers, you're writing a memoir, you have enough material to write your life story and make it into a book. How would you do it? So you write the first chapter, write the opening line. Most important, how to write the opening line. First, most important thing is the first line of your novel or your memoir. So all these technical, basic like how to write, like writing don't tell but describe, show it, don't tell it. You don't tell a story then it gets describe like
a week of experience that will stay with people long after they have left Kathmandu. To Amar Akash for holding the Nepali literary tradition at the center of a festival that could have made it a footnote but chose deliberately to make it a foundation. To our partners, the Encel Foundation, WOW, the Australian Embassy, the Molla Hotel and every institution and individual whose support made this possible. You made a bet on literature. This is not a small thing. We do not take it lightly. To the media in this room, you are not an observer of this story. You are the participants in it. The way you write about this festival this week will determine who will walk into this room next Friday at the Molla Hotel. It will determine who in this country begins to believe that literature is for them. That is real power. We are grateful you are here and we are counting on you to use it. Now I want to be honest, because what we are attempting, what the project, the HLF, WWK are building together is genuinely difficult. It is difficult in the way that all worthwhile things are difficult. Taking the conversation of world-class literary festival and carrying them into a classroom in Sindhu Balchok, building scholarship pathways for young writers who have never been told a scholarship exists for someone like them. Placing a student from a government school on the same stage as a Pulitzer Prize winner, and watching the student realize in real time that the distance between what they were thinking and what they are dreaming is vast, that they were led to believe. This is the work, and the work requires more than we currently have. We need help. I'm saying it plainly, because the people in this room are precisely the people who can provide it. We need corporate partners who understand young person's literary confidence is not a soft investment. It is the foundation of every institute they will go on to build. We need schools willing to open their doors. We need media platforms willing to cover not just the festival, but the student it is trying to reach. We need people who have had access to opportunities like this. It has lacked people willing to fund the generation. Nepal has never lacked stories. It has lacked people to fund them, telling them, I'm sorry. If anything you heard today moved you, find us before you leave. We are here, we are building something real, and we will be honored to build it with you. Thank you for this afternoon, thank you for your attention, and thank you in advance for what we hope you choose to do next.
Thank you so much, Yudashmati. This is it for our press meet for our Himalayan Literature Festival and Writers Workshop 2026.